This is group 4. My name is Susan. We are basically talking about the histology of the cartilage cell. And we all know that histology is the study of tissues. And tissues, we have 4 types of tissues: connective tissue, epithelial tissue, nervous tissue, and muscle tissue. But our interest, because we are talking about the cartilage, is on the connective tissue. And we have 3 types of connective tissue. We have the proper connective tissue, specialized connective tissue, and the embryonic connective tissue. And still our interest is on the specialized connective tissue. So the cartilage falls under specialized connective tissue because their components, which are the cells, ground substance, and the protein fibers, are unique, have unique properties. That's why they fall under specialized connective tissue. And in specialized connective tissues, we have the blood, the bone, and the cartilage. And we all know that the bone and the cartilage are the supportive tissues. And in these 2 supportive tissues, the bone is the hardest connective tissue, followed by the cartilage. That's what. Your name?
Good morning once again. I'll continue where my colleague Susan has stopped. So I'm going to talk about the cartilage. The cartilage is comprised of cells, the ground substance, and then the protein fibers. The cells that we have in this cartilage, we have the chondroblasts and the chondrocytes. And these cells that we have in the cartilage, they originate from the mesenchymal cells of an embryo. Then the next thing that we have in the cartilage is the ground substance, and it consists of fibers and then the cells. Are we together? Yes. Yeah. Then the third thing that we have in the cartilage, we have the protein fibers, and these fibers are the collagen and elastin. And the collagen that we have in this cartilage, we have type 1 collagen, and then type 2 and type 2 collagen. And major we find type 2 collagen almost at the center of the cartilage, and then type 1 at the peripheral end of the cartilage. The process of formation of cartilage is called chondrogenesis. Yeah, it's called chondrogenesis. The process by which the cartilage is the cartilage is formed. And we have 3 different types of cartilage. One is hyaline cartilage, another one is elastic cartilage, then followed by a fibrocartilage. And we differentiate these types of cartilage by measuring 2 things. One is by looking at the space within the cartilage, which I can call the lacunae in plural form, and when it is in singular form, it is the lacuna. So we differentiate these types of cartilage by looking at those spaces. How are they spaced? Like the distance from those spaces. Then we also differentiate these types of cartilage by looking at the type of fibers that are within the ground matrix. So that's what I had to talk about. Maybe I will allow my
Thank you, my previous colleagues. We are here talking about the histology of the cartilage, and you've seen the flow of from where the cartilage is originated from. My previous friends have talked about them coming from the mesenchymal cells any embryo, that's the cartilage. And the cartilage is one of the specialized connective tissues. And here we say we have 3 types of the cartilage. We have the hyaline cartilage, the elastic cartilage, and the fibrocartilage. Now, the hyaline cartilage, what is common between all the 3 cartilages is that they all have fibers and all of them have the empty spaces. The empty spaces in a cartilage are referred to as the lacunae, a space between the 2 chondrocytes. Now, when you're looking at the size of the cartilage, we said there are chondroblasts. These are the cartilage producing cells, and then the chondrocytes. The chondrocytes are produced by the chondroblasts. Now, when these chondroblasts are grouped up, they form up the chondrocytes. Now, in the process of grouping up, they leave some space in between the cells. That space is called the lacunae. Now, when we begin our describing the different types of the cartilages, the hyaline cartilage is the most common all over the body and so abundant. It is found mostly in the articular joints, mostly because of its structure. The hyaline cartilage consists of the chondroblast cells. The word chondro means a cartilage. Then, the hyaline cartilage consists of the chondroblasts that produce these hyaline cells. The hyaline cell has also fibers, and these fibers are collagen fibers. These collagen fibers that are found in the hyaline cartilage are of 2 types. There is type 2 collagen fiber and there is type 1 collagen fibers. The type 2 collagen fibers are entirely found within the matrix or the ground substance of the hyaline cartilage, whereas type 1 collagen fibers are found in the periphery ends of the hyaline cartilage, where there is the perichondrium or the beginning part of the cartilage. Now, this cartilage, the collagen fibers of type 1 and type 2 give the hyaline cartilage its strength and ability to stretch a bit, and also being too rigid and tough to support the movements within the joints. Now, when we look about the elastic cartilage has a collagen fiber the protein fiber is called elastic. These elastic fibers are flexible. Therefore, this elastic cartilage is quite flexible compared to hyaline cartilage. They are mainly found within the pinna of an ear. Like I can feel the fixture, the structure of the pinna of the ear is quite flexible. Now, when we look at the spaces between the chondrocytes, the so-called lacunae of the elastic cartilage, they are quite closed. They are closer to each other, so that the matrix between the chondrocytes or the lacuna is reduced. Therefore, because of that, these whatevers are bits, and they are a bit elastic, and they last long, and they give the pinna or whatever they are found, they are possible structure. Then the last cartilage, the type of cartilage is the fibrocartilage. The fibrocartilage, from the word itself, the fibro from fiber, consists of fibers that are wavy. They run in the wave form and the wave shape. And also have the lacunae in the fibrocartilage are far apart. The space between the chondrocytes is quite pronounced. And then also the chondrocytes in the fibrocartilage are divided from each other, like they are not within the same matrix. They are found by groups of fibers separating the different chondrocytes from each other. The fibrocartilages are mainly found they are also found in joints, but mainly they are found in vertebral discs. To cushion, their work is they are too strong, and their function is to cushion and absorb shock. They act as the shock absorbers. The hyaline cartilage, they are found in articular joints. For example, we can talk about the knee joint, we can talk about the shoulder joint, and those other joints. Okay? That's it. Okay, still on the hyaline cartilage, we said what differentiates this cartilage is the cells, the nature of the cells, or what types they contain, the ground substance, and the protein fibers they have. Now, the hyaline cartilage, if we have that as our cartilage, we have the chondrocytes within this space. This is the ground matrix. These are the chondrocytes. So now, this point is the matrix of the cartilage. And then now these cells forms the chondrocytes. Then, above, towards the periphery of this cartilage, are these chondrocyte producing cells called the chondroblasts. Now the chondroblasts, above them there is a layer of fibers, interlocking fibers. Now these fibers are the ones that are responsible for producing the chondroblasts. Now in turn the chondroblasts now produce the chondrocytes. These chondrocytes grouped in the matrix. Now this group of fibers is the perichondrium. The perichondrium. Now the perichondrium will produce the chondroblasts. Then in turn the chondroblasts will produce the chondrocytes and also produce the matrix of the cartilage. So this is what entirely what the hyaline cartilage contains. So you can look at this as the matrix of the cartilage, a group of the chondrocytes, the chondroblasts formed, being the chondrocytes, and then the periphery, or towards the end of the cartilage, is the perichondrium. Now, this whatever, remember we said they contain type 1 and type 2 collagen protein fibers. Now, the type 1 is found within here in the perichondrium. Then the type 2 are these fibers that are embedded within the matrix. Type 2 collagen protein fibers. Then elastic fibers, for them they will contain predominantly type 2 collagen fibers. Then the fibrocartilage, these ones will predominantly contain type 1 collagen protein fibers. The fibers within the hyaline cartilage may not be visible to our naked eyes. The protein fibers or the collagen fibers within the elastic cartilage will be visible. We can see them under a microscope. Then those ones under the fibrocartilage will also be visible within the cartilage. And also remember, we said the empty spaces, the so-called lacunae here, are far apart. The cells are far apart, i.e. the lacuna is big or a bit large in size. Here it is also the whatevers are closely packed. The lacuna are closely packed like that. Then here they are completely packed together. So that is briefly the histology of the cartilage, where we say there is a connective tissue, and being a connective tissue is a connective tissue. It means that they are able to connect other body organs and parts together. And under connective tissue, it is a specialized kind of tissue, specialized to perform a certain function. And under this specialized kind of tissue, we say the blood is also specialized, and then a bone is also specialized. The cartilage is made up of cells that are called the chondroblasts and chondrocytes, all of them originating from the mesenchymal cells of an embryo. Then a ground substance consisting of the fibers, the protein fibers, and also these cells are found within this. The ground substance, in simple terms, it is the matrix of the cartilage. Then they also have the protein fibers, which are collagen and elastin. Then lastly, we have the types of the cartilage, where we have the hyaline, elastic, and fibrocartilage. The process by which they are formed is called chondrogenesis. With me, I wasn't alone. We had a group, and this group was group 4. And here are my colleagues. You can come and present, mention your name, and for recognition. Thank you for listening. I was Vanessa Philip Jude, and here is my friend.
I'm known Soronya.
Thank you.
I'm Regina.
Regina.
David is my name.
David.
I'm called Kelo Gino.
Kelo Gino.
Jacob Asiba. My name.
Silva. And then John and Hakiri present about the cartilage in the first part. there, and Akiri. And then we had Susan Chereline, and we had Chereline Susan. Here she is, presented for us the introduction to the histology of the cartilage in the first place. Thank you for watching this video.